Hey folks, this is Jake Davis, and today I would like to bring you a retrospective review, a retro review, if you will. I'd like to talk about The Dark Knight, released in 2008 by Warner Brothers Pictures, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, the late Heath Ledger, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Anthony Michael Hall, Morgan Freeman, Michael Jai White, and Eric Roberts. I may have missed a name or two there. Excuse me. This was the 6th live-action Warner Brothers full-length theatrical Batman movie. And yes, I have to be that specific because there are so many Batman movies. One day I have to do a top 5 Batman movies and just tell you people about all the madness that The Dark Knight has brought to the big screen, the silver screen. But right now we're talking about The Dark Knight. First off, let's just dive right into the story. The film starts in Gotham City with a bank robbery, where a bunch of men wearing masks as clowns rob a bank. Now, as they're robbing, there's a lot of this inter-dialogue amongst the hoods, talking about their boss, who none of them met, a man who calls himself the Joker, wears paint to look like a clown. War paint, you know, war paint, clown war paint. I don't know. Anyhow, the guys start killing each other off, each after his job is done, and eventually there's one guy standing left. Bank teller, kind of tells them that they're robbing a mob bank, and the last guy reveals himself. He is the Joker. It's Heath Ledger. He gets in a bus and drives off, hides in a bunch of the other buses. We meet Batman catching up with his events. This, however, is a sequel to the 2005 Batman Begins, which was at the time, a very low-key approach to a superhero movie. After the large, lavish Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and even the campy and absurd Schumacher Batman films, Batman Begins was a very bold approach to a superhero movie. And while box office-wise it didn't really pay off, fans really enjoyed it, and critics, Hollywood itself, just loved this film. It caused all kinds of rip-offs. Everybody was doing Begins. There was Jane Austen Begins, Bond Begins, Michael Myers Begins. Everything had to be a Begins. It was an awful time. It was just terrible, because it really only worked for Batman. Anyhow, Batman, the film, we introduced Batman. He's capturing the Scarecrow, who was the main villain, kind of the main villain in the first one. Or the Batman Begins, he was the main villain. And he got away at the end of the movie, and Bruce, Batman's catching him at the beginning of this. Now, that right there is really kind of a cool way to start the movie, in the idea of you establish this film's villain, but we introduce the hero by him wrapping up a case, very Bond style, but it is a way that does address and deal with the events of the first film. Batman, while being aware of the Joker and what the Joker is up to and doing this kind of stuff, he's just a psychopath who doesn't really seem to have any kind of MO right now. He's focused on bringing down the mob. So Batman and Gordon, Captain Gordon, whatever he is at this time, hard to keep track of it, because he was so many different things in the comics and over the years, and Legends of the Dark Knight and everything. He's usually just called Commissioner Gordon. So anyhow, I'm getting ahead of myself. Gordon, Batman, and the new DA, Harvey Dent, are all working together to try to bring down the mob. Eventually they do, by hitting their money launderer, who is a guy named Lau, who's gone to Hong Kong with all their money to hide out. Batman goes to Hong Kong, catches him in a very underrated cool scene. It's like a really cool scene. Doesn't get the credit it deserves. So Batman brings Lau back, and it starts to support in the public eye as Bruce Wayne starts to support Harvey Dent because he really thinks Harvey Dent is good for Gotham City. And on a less interesting level, he also is trying to get back with Rachel Dawes, who really never was his girlfriend, to be honest, and is now the girlfriend, serious girlfriend, of his brand new friend. So it's like Bruce Wayne's like the worst friend in the world. At this point, you're trying to break up your close friend's very close personal relationship just so you can fuck the girl. You're a bad person, Bruce. Batman or not. Bad. You're a bad man. While this is going on, Joker has made his play and present himself to the mobsters in a great scene where he introduces himself, shows them a magic trick, and you know, tells him how much money he wants, which is a lot, to fund his operation. And what he's offering is to kill the Batman. So after Lau gets busted, the mob hires Joker, and boy, do things get fun from there. Joker's first big show is to take out Commissioner Loeb, the judge that booked. Not really booked, but you know what I mean. It did the judge thing. Ruled order on all the gangsters, and tries to kill Harvey Dent at Bruce Wayne's penthouse, where there's this big high society thing going down. Like a fundraiser for Dent. Bruce chokes out Harvey, sleeper style, Roddy Piper, locks him in a closet, changes into Batman, and now not one single person. I understand there's Joker and terrorists and all this madness going on, but nobody noticed Bruce Wayne slipped into his bedroom to put on a fucking superhero suit and then came back out to fight crime. I mean, I've gone to crazy parties before. You would notice that. You would just notice that. Anyhow, there's kind of a silly fight that, of course, because it's a Christopher Nolan Batman movie, it's hard to see. Joker does some great stuff, great monologue about getting the scars, throws Rachel out the window to distract Batman. Batman dives out of the window because he's Batman. He just survives the fall and doesn't go back upstairs either to check on the people. I guess Joker just, whatever. Joker decided Batman left. I'm not going to keep looking for Harvey Dent. I'm just going to book it. Anyhow, Joker continues to terrorize Gotham City while Gordon, Batman, and Dent all grow more and more desperate. There's a Joker who says he's going to kill the mayor at the assassination attempt. Gordon is shot. Gordon's dead. Harvey Dent kidnaps and tortures a man. This is the White Knight. You know, we don't need Batman. Yeah, this guy, because, you know, anybody can torture people in the name of justice. And okay, if you haven't I got problems with The Dark Knight. It's a great movie, but it's not the fucking second coming of Christ. Anyhow, which I've literally heard people compare it to that before. Wow. Anyhow, Harvey Dent comes out, says he's Batman, because Batman confides in Harvey that he's gonna, you know, come out, reveal himself to put an end to the madness, which is, again, just really why that wouldn't stop the Joker. It would not stop the Joker, and he knows this, so why do it? Anyhow, I said anyhow so many times in this video. This is an anyhow movie, though. I love this movie, but it was rough getting to this time around. So we get to probably the most iconic, legendary sequence of the film, the big convoy. And Joker attacks a convoy with Slaughter's the best medicine truck. Bazookas, machine guns, shotguns, tearing into a Batman. All this thing kills all these cops. All kinds of madness and destruction. A truck flips. It's just crazy. Joker and Batman play chicken. They capture the Joker, and shockingly, Gordon is still alive. And he brings down the Joker, busts the Joker, and Joker actually has Batman dead to rights, which was kind of cool. To see Gordon save Batman was actually cool. I'll give him that. So then we have the interrogation scene, which I stand by the fact that if you're going to have an interrogation scene in an action movie, there's like a standard. You have to step the fuck up. L.A. Confidential, The Dark Knight, The Avengers, Star Trek Insurrection. Fuck, if you count the Russian roulette shit in The Deer Hunter, Is It Safe in Marathon Man. Interrogation scenes are intense and can be some truly brilliant moments of filmmaking. And if you're going to dare do one in a movie, you better come correct. Anyhow, we had the great interrogation scene. Batman in the police department. That's some Dozier 60 shit to me, but never mind. Batman, the Joker reveals that he has Rachel and Dent, and he tells Batman they're both gonna blow up. Go find them. Good luck, good hunting. But he gives them backwards addresses, where he's going to Rachel, Gordon's going to Dent. They actually go the other places. All while Joker escapes and abducts. I already forgot the guys. Abducts the money launderer from Gordon's pen. Now, at this point, I guess they've even gone into more desperate as the heroes get, because they thought they had the Joker, they don't have the Joker, and now Rachel Dawes is dead because she got killed in the explosion. Gordon didn't make it there in time, and even though Batman did make it there in time, they were still close enough to the explosion. Harvey Dent was horribly scarred, half his face destroyed. He's Two-Face now. Joker kicks up his game to another fucking level. He completely takes over the gangsters. Goes to makes this big announcement. Whoever doesn't kill this guy who says he knows who Batman is, who does, he's Batman's accountant or some shit like that, and he knows who Batman is, and he's gonna tell everybody in the world who Batman is on live television after he failed to blackmail Batman. Joker says, fuck that. You're screwing up my game, man. So he calls up there and he says, anybody who kills this guy in an hour, or you do kill this guy in an hour, or I'm going to blow up a hospital. Of course, while all this madness is going down, and literally the whole city, even Batman as Bruce Wayne is running around the city trying to save people and, protect the accountant. The guy's name is Reese. Two-Face, Joker makes his play for Two-Face. He goes see Two-Face, kind of convinces him that, it wasn't me, it was Gordon. It was the Batman. How can you blame me? What am I responsible for? I'm nuts. I'm fucking nuts. I didn't plan nothing. Which is kind of a fair argument. So Two-Face is now just a mad dog killer, and the polar opposite, where Joker is charismatic and giddy and bouncing off the walls, Two-Face is cold and direct, and that's cool. First viewing of this movie, I was more taken aback by Two-Face than I was the Joker, because we've seen Joker done right, and we hadn't seen Two-Face done right, at least not live action yet. So while Joker basically has shut off the city, bombs on every bridge and every tunnel, he's going to turn Gotham into, the fucking Hunger Games. They try to evacuate the city on these boats, where you get this, oh God, why do they always, every time the Joker has a big plan in a movie, it ends up being kind of a stupid plan. He's gonna poison the cosmetics. He's gonna pick people to blow up the boats. Why don't you stop blow up all the boats? Just say, fuck it, hey, I'm going to give you this choice. Not. I don't know. It just felt forced, I guess, to me. Anyhow. We got all the prisoners on one boat. We got all the citizens on another boat. You got one guy got to blow up the other guy before midnight, or the Joker's going to blow everybody up. Batman goes through this whole Wile E. Coyote situation, or even video game style, literally going level by level, taking out enemies all in the same clothes. This is your doctor level. This is your cop level. Now you get to fight Joker and the three dogs. It felt so much like a fucking video game. It doesn't get enough criticism for that, man. So, he has this fight with the Joker. The people don't blow each other up because, They're not fucking psychotic lunatics like the Joker, not even the criminals. So Joker's gonna blow them all up, and while he's trying to, Batman distracts him, knocks his ass, throws him over the side of the building, and even though he let Ra's al Ghul die in the last movie, no problem doing that, and even though he's gonna do something very similar, horrible later in this film, even though it's almost over, he saves the Joker. He saves the fucking Joker. It's one of the stupidest fucking things. Yes, it's a great shot. Batman doesn't murder and everything, but Batman didn't murder him. They were fighting. Joker fell over the side. Fuck him. He should have said fuck the Joker. Plus, he's the Joker. You're falling in the reservoir, and it's the Joker. He ain't gonna die. So, I mean, there's this great shot where the camera slowly tilts while Joker is doing this big soliloquy about, you and me will do this forever, and all this kind of stuff. And he tells Batman what he's done with Harvey. And meanwhile, Harvey's been causing all this destruction in Gotham City, murdering cops left and right, and nobody's noticed it because what the Joker's been doing. So at this point, the Joker has Gordon's family. I'm sorry, Two-Face has Gordon's family, SWAT run it, and Gordon's on his way to try to save his family. And Joker tells Batman what's going on. Why? I don't know. I guess he just wanted this forced Nolan ending for some reason. That was his big plan, a Nolan ending. Anyhow. So, they show up for the big ending, and Batman tries to convince Two-Face that he was the best of them, which, how? And, you know, the Joker, you can't let the Joker win because how, why? Why does this mean the Joker wins? Is that, it's... The movie doesn't age well, the truth is. So, Two-Face tries to kill Gordon's son. Granted, it is an intense scene and everything, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense what they're talking about, ultimately. They're talking about things that you didn't really see in the movie, you know what I mean? They're talking about what they went through instead of showing us what they went through. It's harder to really invest character-wise, I guess, when characters talk the way people just don't talk, you know? Nobody sits around and talks about their fucking feelings and shit like that all the time. Or, you know, how they went through something and all this kind of shit. It's stupid. So he tries to kill Little Jim Gordon. Batman tackles him. There's no problem throwing Harvey Dent off the side of a fucking building and letting him fall to his death. Lets that happen, no problem. So Batman kills Two-Face, then takes the blame for Two-Face's murders. And the movie ends with the cops hunting Batman. And, okay, look. I've had this channel about 7 months now, and I've done nearly 100 videos. I started doing my retro reviews in October. I'm trying to do at least one a month. I have done at least one a month. And, look, I had no problem. The way I do these is I put the movie on a loop, and I will watch it any chance I get for like a couple of days. You know, my daughter doesn't really watch the TV that much. My wife doesn't watch the TV that much. We're mostly on our phones after watching anything. And, you know, I put the movie on a loop. I'm watching it for days. I'm taking notes. I'm thinking more and more about what I want to say. I want to bring up. And a lot of shit I take notes on. I don't talk about it at all. Of all the movies I had to rewatch like that, this was the least I got out of it, you know? I just was not enjoying watching this movie at all. I mean, Heath Ledger's great in it. He's one of the best film villains of all time. But ultimately, I don't think The Dark Knight has aged well. Its problems stand out worse and worse as the years go on, as the movie gets older. Yes, it's an excellent movie. It's a really, really fun movie. It's a cool movie. I like it a lot. But people praise this film far too much, and it looks like this has been my longest fucking video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I really should say more. I mean, because I got more to say. I haven't really done. I mean, because I got problems with this movie. They talk about Joker killing all these cops, but we don't really see cops get killed. We have all of this PG fucking violence. all throughout the movie, man. I didn't like that. How did he kill Gamble? He killed a man by cutting open his fucking cheek? No, come on. It's just too much. And in doing it like that, added on to the fact where we got all these stupid explanation scenes about how Batman's gadgets work, and how the Joker is just wearing paint instead of being the acid wash freak he is in the comics. And add that on top of the soft core violence and the shitty editing that makes it look like you can't really see what Batman's doing. It just feels like the fucking 70s Hulk show or some shit like that. It's, the movie's not as good as people make it out to be. It has a cool story, some fun scenes, and a great villain, but, I mean, ultimately, truthfully, The Dark Knight is an overrated movie. It's a good movie, but it's not as good as people say. I'm going to go back and rewatch Tim Burton's 89 movie. I've had many problems with that film over the years too, even though it's kind of my favorite movie. It's nowhere near a perfect movie. I hope you guys don't hate me. Please don't unfollow me or unsubscribe to my channel. And please don't threaten to hurt my family. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.